My pronouns are they, them. And by pronouns, I mean, you know how sometimes we refer to people as he did that or she said this. I don't like to be called he or she or any of those. So when you're talking about me and you say, Akiea did that video, you want to say they did that video.
It is so amazing what you're doing on social media, what you're doing with the platform that you have. For people who are watching right now, who are hearing about woke kindergarten for the very first time, tell us a little bit about it.
Learning is everywhere. It happens all the time within many different contexts. And with woke kindergarten, we don't need a classroom or some type of institution with four walls to be able to do this deeply spiritual work. Everything that I do is with kids in mind. So when I'm speaking, I'm particularly speaking to our children, to our youth.
The most important thing is that we love ourselves enough to say when we've made a mistake. Because when we can do that, we give other people who we may have hurt when we made the mistake space and time to heal from that mistake.
There's always such discomfort and anxiety sometimes about certain topics to talk to kids. Are they too young? Are they ready for this? Are you in some ways kind of addressing that by saying, no, kids are ready to talk about very important issues that they see, that they live in their daily life?
Absolutely. The way that kids interpret information is just very pure and honest and raw. And so what we do is we generally come in, and because we have our own fears and our own insecurities, and a lot of folks come in and they are racist and they are prejudiced, right? And so they start to superimpose those beliefs on kids. The world isn't just unicorns and rainbows all of the time. And that doesn't mean we can't still preserve our innocence for our kids and provide them with the truth. Adults overthink it. So what I do at Woke Kindergarten is I simplify it.
Back in 2017, all the way back, your first post was the definition of kindergarten. Could you have imagined that, that Instagram page would have grown to where it's at right now?
Not at all. I was actively still in the classroom as a kindergarten teacher. Family was a huge part of my classroom. And it always remains that kids and families will always be the ones. So how can I share this knowledge and this healing and this unlearning? I'm actually kind of shook that so many people are catching on, but it's beautiful because now we have this global community of children.
Whether you're an adult, a kid, a teen, for someone who stumbles onto your Instagram, what do you hope that they take away from that brief moment that they spend looking at what you put out there?
I want people to know, first and foremost, that Black trans lives matter, and it makes me emotional, as someone who, exists on this expansive spectrum of gender, that a lot of people can see me and consume the work and still not understand that in order for us to, get to this place of true liberation, that all Black lives matter, and that it's not enough to be anti-racist. You have to be pro-Black. You have to want all Black people, Black queer people, Black gender expansive people, Black trans people. You have to want us all to win. I want people to understand that Woke Kindergarten is specifically to heal, to unlearn, to abolish, and to create. And ultimately, that is going to be what liberates us.
Akiea, thank you so much for taking the time. I really appreciate it.
Yeah, thank you for having me.